I'm Edward, and I want to talk about the first few videos of this channel, which is going to be for a crime documentary, which I think is going to be something that I'll be doing for the next few months. This is something that I am passionate about. Uh, this is coming from one of the ways that I could do something on the side that I really love, and at the same time I enjoy. As a high school student before, I used to read a lot of books about Sherlock Holmes, and I remember during those times I was the only one who would actually read those type of books because number one, it was kind of old, and a lot of my fellow classmates didn't like the words or the type of stories that goes in there. But I remember I would read through that book for hours, on days on end, and I wouldn't even really feel tired. Just I would just like read through that whole thing, and I think it would be good to be able to share this type of storytelling as done by Arthur Conan Doyle in his books to something that's uh, relatable in real life, right? Because these are the sort of things that I believe that Arthur Conan Doyle was writing about fiction before, but he also tapped into something that was actually happening in his time. And to be able to do that right now using YouTube is something that I think everyone would be able to benefit about. So that's the reason behind why I wanted to be able to do true crime documentaries. It's going to be a little different from those channels wherein they do um, thriller type of thriller type of videos, because those ones involve paranormal and actually ghost stories, which I'm not a fan of. So this one is just going to be about true crime that's happening in any part of the world, and our hope is that when people see the type of storytelling we do in this channel, they would be interested in solving these cases, because most of the cases that we're going to be tackling are still unsolved. People are still looking for them. Investigators are still trying to find or trying to look for evidence to find these people. So our hope is really to be able to light up a fire for those people who would want to be the modern Sherlock Holmes, to say. And I think this channel will be a good start for that. And we're really excited. So, what's going to be happening is that we're going to be doing a bit of research, I guess. We're going to start with doing some research with what happened in the States for the past few months or past few years, because there might be some things that you don't reveal on the video first because the case is still ongoing. So maybe a few years back would be great, and then after that we're going to be doing some narration and video, and we're going to be showing some of information or details that people would actually need uh, when they're looking for these type of cases. Maybe they could help solve. Maybe they could help us solve it. Maybe they'd be able to contact the relevant people or authorities to help solve that, which would be great. So that is really something that we're hoping for. Um, in the cases of how it's going to be told in the story, um, that is still something that I am thinking about. I I wanted to do something like this case called 911 Rescue. I'm not sure if a lot of people still remember that, but back in the day when I was young, it was about, I guess, when I was 5 or 6 years old, but it was relatively uh, old. And I remember my mom and I usually watched this TV show called 911 Rescue, and the guy there who was doing the narration was, I think, was William Shatner, and he did a really good job of like being able to narrate it at at a pace wherein people would be able to understand the setting of the situation, how the story unfolded over time, and it wasn't like he was mocking anyone or saying that this could have been avoided or like saying that we could do uh, or like the victims could have done something better, but it was more of like learning lessons for everyone that sometimes people need help. This, this is what you do when you call that. These are the good things that they did. These are the bad things that they were did. So um, with this video, I'm not sure if we would be able to do that, but for starters, we are thinking of doing something to be able to capture the audiences, right? Because that is what YouTube is all about these days. You gotta be able to capture audience attention first before um, you, you'd be able to actually get subscribers and everything. So before that happens, um, I think that we're going to be doing a little bit of short stories first, the ones that um, are really interesting and would probably get people's attention a lot. So short stories would enable us to get the number of views first, and then after the short stories, then we're probably going to transition into something a little bit more daring, I would say. So daring means that uh, these ones would be uh, filming on set of where the actual incident happened, or maybe doing some interviews with the people who responded to the case, maybe some police officers or um, the victims, maybe. But that's a little bit along the future, but I think that's something that we could do. And then um, after that, we would be able to see how this channel would progress. Um, but the main, I would say, like the main purpose of this channel, at least if we are able to do this like in 2 3 years time, is for us to be able to show people that unsolved cases happen a lot, and um, it's really up to us to be able to see or to be able to help each other um, solve it. And it doesn't really take a detective. Sometimes there are some cases that you, uh, is like kind of the same with other people's experiences. So I don't think it's easy for me to tell right now through this video, but I had experiences before wherein uh, people were able to help solve cases just by looking at a video online. Like they weren't even able to do any interviews. They just saw something, a detail from a picture, or something from a video, or a reflection from sunglass and things like that, and they know that place, and then they were able to tell the authorities about it, which was really good, right? So I hope that it will be something uh, through the storytelling plus the images that we will be able to show and things like that. Um, Maybe it will spark a new wave of modern Sherlock Holmes or people who look just like solving things online. And I think that would be something that I'm going to be really proud of in the future. So yeah, so that's just a short introduction of um, what this channel is going to be doing. I hope you, I sincerely hope you guys subscribe and support this channel because it would mean a lot to me. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you guys in the next few videos wherein we'll be showcasing really cool cases that are still unsolved, and I'm hoping that uh, with the details that we present, you'll be able to help us solve these cases or help these families solve these cases, right? So think that's going to be it. Thank you so much, guys.